closure here. Tevin Coleman. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Here's Ryan to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon first down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Coleman. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Derek Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run with Drake. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And his pass incomplete. The Miami Dolphins starting lineup now, and Kenyon Drake, a guy to watch.
He has the ability to affect the game in so many different ways. In the return game, bringing it back himself. Also can be a gunner on the punt coverage team and did that very well at Alabama. But has the ability to run the ball in the backfield as well as catch it. Kenyon Drake, you can use him so many different ways.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
To throw is Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. Now another. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the Saints, they've now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. Drew Brees leading the charge offensively. On 1st down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now Ryan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measure.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll will get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Third and long. It's Tannehill. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets are out to the early lead. Bryce Petty, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Ooh, the juke. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
You got a guy that fast back there to receive punts. That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss hit the ball and kick it right to him.